We're going to go through the steps on how to administer a Washington State online assessment. We're going to start off on the Kelso School District website. Under Staff Resources, you scroll down until you get to the WCAP. That is the Washington Assessment Portal. When you access the Washington Assessment Portal, you'll go to Test Administrators. Then you'll log in to Test Administration. This is a locked site. This locked site will ask you to log in using your full Kelso School District email address as your username and your password. If you've forgotten your password, go and follow the link on this Forgot Password link, and a new temporary password will be sent to your email. Then you log in. If you are using a computer and the pop-up blocker comes up, this is using Chrome. I will right-click right up here on this red X and say allow, always allow pop-ups, and say done. And then I come over here and refresh that screen. Sometimes, depending on the computer you're using, the pop-up will come up, and sometimes it doesn't come up. Okay, so now I have the list of assessments in Washington State that are available today. We have interim, summative, and currently the off-grade level science. Eventually we'll have also MSP science on there. So for today, we're going to practice starting a summative Smarter Balance test, and we're going to say we're going to give the 5th grade ELA CAT. To do that, I click on the plus sign, not in the box. If you click the box, all possible Smarter Balance assessments would show up and become available on the student screen, and we wanted to limit what's on the student screen for choices. So then I said we're going to do ELA, and we said the CAT, the computer adaptive portion of the ELA test, and 5th grade. Then you're going to scroll down here until you get to the bottom where it says start session, and then we can start that session. Session ID is always posted right up here in the top right corner. This needs to be written on the board for the students to write in on type in on their screen. They'll be typing in their official first name, their 10-digit SSID number, followed by this session ID that you have created. Please do not project your computer screen because secure material will be shown. You may write it on the board, like I said, or put it on a piece of paper and put that piece of paper under a document camera. That would work. If a situation arises where a student enters your test session, let's say a 4th grader came in because they've been absent on their test day and they would like to sit in and start getting going on their Smarter Balance test, I can come right up here to say select tests, and the student says they need to take the 4th grade summative ELA CAT. You have that documentation, so you're going to say okay and add to the session. Are you sure you want to add this test? I sure do. Now that test will be available in this session for 4th graders that may enter. That option will be available. When students are entered their 3 pieces of information, official first name, SSID, and session ID, they'll ask for approval from you, and this little button right here that's grayed out currently will become live, and you will need to go through a double step approval process where you need to carefully approve the students into the correct test. We don't want to accidentally approve them into an incorrect test. That would be an irregularity, so please be cautious of what test you're approving them into. If they are not showing up, the approvals, this little button here, you can always automatically refresh by hitting the refresh button. If you have a situation where a student does not have a test ticket and you need to look up their information, or maybe this information on the test ticket does not seem to be working, look up a student right here on Student Lookup. If you have their SSID, you can type it in. If not, if you're trying to find their SSID, you can go to Advanced Search and type in their first name or last name, and then it will pull up any students that meet that criteria, and you'll have access to their official first name and SSID. At the end of any test session, when students have either completed or have paused, it is good practice to be able to print the test session, so then you have documentation of what was the session ID, which students were in the session, what tests were they approved into, and if they are paused, it will say which number they're paused at. It makes it a lot easier when you're trying to then finish up testing on another day. And when everyone is all done, again, paused or completed, then you would hit the stop button right here. It will come up with a pop-up saying, are you sure you want to stop? Because it's going to stop all the kids' computers, their tests. And I said, yes, okay. And that is the end. So that is how we go through the process of administering an online assessment in Washington.